GS score,
GS score, GS score,
GS score,
GS score, GS score,
GS score,
GS score,
GS score,
GS score है, GS score,
GS score,
GS score,
GS score,
GS score,
GS score.
GS score.
Hello, dear students. My name is Gaurav Bansal, your teacher for Indian Economy at GS Core. So today we are going to talk about this economy Mains Sampoorna material that we have released on our website, and it is one of the several material that we are releasing. Now, for a lot of students, there is a confusion today that what to study, what to prepare, from where to prepare, what is the correct source, because today there is overabundance and too much availability of PDFs and documents and resources. Okay, some of them are quite good, no doubt. Okay, but still it creates a problem. Which is more important? Which is to prioritize? Now, I'm going to talk about the strength and the importance of our document, which is going to be very useful for those students who are writing mains this year or even next year. So, in this program, basically, any student can enroll and it is free of cost. They can just register on our website and download the various mains Sampoorna material. It is available for each and every subject and it will be released sequentially. So, we are releasing this Indian Economy 1 right now. So, in the Indian Economy 1, you will find that if you look at the material, the topic selection is very precise and it covers your economic survey and budget related data and updates. Apart from that, it covers majority of the policy updates and it is thematically divided. There are 11 chapters where we start from the macroeconomy and the fiscal policy, where we cover all the budget related and the general economic performance related topics. If our growth is slowing down, then why it is slowing down? If our, let's say, macroeconomic strength is improving, then how it is improving, what are the various factors, what are the datas. So by preparing all these topics, you will find that all your datas will be properly updated. We neither try to overwhelm you with too much data, neither we will give you just random information without accurate data support. Okay, so whenever you are going to argue, you need to justify your arguments with proper data, examples in many cases. So that is why in almost 9 questions that UPSC asks, in about 5 6 questions that we see in past years, there is a need to quote certain data, and for that you need to rely upon the latest source and the most relevant source, and that source of course should be the economic survey and the budget. So from there, we have created various small topics, and it's not just a survey and budget. Apart from survey and budget, government releases number of reports and documents throughout the year. There are number of Niti Aayog reports. Those are also integrated here. Then there are other several small news developments which are released through PIB. Those are also integrated here. And these are written primarily from mains perspective and it is covering major trends. For example, let's say you talk about migration trend. So what is the latest government data and the concerns in the migration trend? Then what are the GDP estimation? What is the demand and the consumption data? Okay, what is the urbanization data? What is inequality? So all of these things, they you need to quantify them. For quantification, you can refer to these notes and it goes beyond quantification. Not just quantification, but also reasoning is very important. So how do you reason it? For example, if we argue that women participation in labor market has increased a lot, what are the major reasons behind that? And what are the patterns? Has women participation increased in urban areas or rural areas? Or is it both? If it is both, where it is increasing faster? What are the reasons behind those? Okay, what is the impact on the society? All these dimensions are also captured here. Okay, so we just do not do the data reproduction from various sources and club it together. We also do a detailed analysis of that. So similarly, you will find eventually that then there is discussion about banking and the financial system. Again, we are not going to overwhelm you. You do not have to read the entire, 200 pages worth of material or 300 pages worth of material to write mains. No. If you have covered your basic study material, if you are well versed with the syllabus, if your class notes are good, then you can update yourself by reading almost 80 to 90 pages which we have provided here. Okay, and that should help you in almost every answer that you're going to write this year or even next year, because these data, these details do not change very quickly. Okay, these trends are not going to change very quickly. And if you read them this year, next year when you are going to read again for the examination, let's say you're planning to appear next year, by that time also many of the things you will find have not changed. Meanwhile, reasoning never changes. Okay, data might change a bit, but analysis will not change. Okay, so this is going to be very useful for you. Then banking and financial sector, where for example we have discussed about the various trends in the credit and the deposits. For example, in India, people are depositing less money into the banking system compared to how much demand is there for the loans. Year by year, the gap between the deposits and the credit demand is narrowing. So that is a challenge. Then there are certain new developments related to the banking reforms. Then what are the new steps taken by the Monetary Policy Committee? Then what are the core pending issues? So likewise, eventually you will be covering agriculture. We will talk about most of the current issues like the crop choice, crop diversification pattern, eventually talking about land reforms and the subsidies, fertilizer, markets, international trade, and MSP and farmer welfare and all other dimensions. Similarly, eventually we'll be going to the external sector, which is the international markets. Okay, and then we have infrastructure and energy, and then eventually industry and manufacturing. So if you look at the major divisions in economy, that is how we should be dividing major sectors in the Indian economy, where we cover agriculture, where we cover industry, infrastructure, where we cover services and others. Then we should be looking at the various major areas such as banking, the budgeting, okay, the overall Indian economy, the welfare aspects. So here we have the international trade aspects, the industry and the manufacturing, where we talk about, for example, Startup India, 10 years of Make in India, 9 years of Startup India. What are the developments in 9 year, 10 year? So you'll get update on all the major government schemes and the other important data and analysis. And it is really going to update everything that you have prepared so far. Okay, you're not going to read things again. We are not basically trying to reinvent the wheel or trying to give you the same information which you have already taken. Okay, it is beyond what you have already prepared in your foundation classes or during the basic course material. It is going to be supplementary to it, so it won't duplicate your efforts. Similarly, eventually, we have added a special topic of digital economy and innovation. Then there are other random topics such as different sectors of economy, where we are talking about small, different sectors about which there are major news. And then eventually there is welfare and inclusive growth, and then reports in the indices. So this is what we have included here. So all the major international reports, Niti Aayog reports and other reports, what is the development in that? What is India's rank? What has changed? Where is India in relationship to rest of the world? How different Indian states are performing? Which states are doing better? Which states are not able to do so well? So you are able to integrate all of this into your basic study material, and you should be able to utilize this into your answer writing. This is how it is going to help you. And then this is largely the dynamic aspect, which is going you are which is what you are going to link to your static aspect. Okay, and this is done thematically. So different topics, even though there are different articles, they will also have some interlinkages between them. So there will be some flow between the topics as well. Wherever it is possible, we have taken care of that as well. So this is what we have produced, and this is available free of cost, and this is there to aid all the students, to support all the students who are writing mains this year or planning to write in future. You should register and download it and use it diligently and update your notes. I hope this is going to help you. And similarly, different other study materials will also be released from our website. You have to go into the special download section on our website. Thank you.